Good morning, students. Welcome back to Biology class. Chapter 1, Part 3, The Living World. The first part we discussed about the characters of living beings. The Part 2 we discussed about the diversity in the living world. Okay? Then in that we discussed about the binomial nomenclature. What is that binomial nomenclature? Naming of an organisms into two different words, two Latin words. First one it is the generic name and the second it is the species name. Then we discussed about the rules of binomial nomenclature. What are they? The first rule, biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. Second point, the first word in a biological name represents the genus name and the second word denotes the species name. Then the third point, both the words in a biological name when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Fourth point, the first word denoting the genus starts with a capital letter while the species name starts with a small letter. And we discussed about the example, human beings, the biological name is or the binomial nomenclature, it is the world or the universal accepted name is Homo sapiens. Okay, then we discussed about the classification. Okay, what is that classification? Is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. Okay, some common characters grouped into and classifying. Then we discussed about the taxonomy. What is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the identification, classification and the nomenclature or the naming of an organisms. Okay, last classes we have discussed these all the points. Today's class we are going to discuss about the taxonomic categories. What are the categories? How to identify these the organisms? Okay. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps. Hierarchy from the top, again it is little down, again the different post hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category. It is based on the naming of an organism. So there it is called taxonomic category. And all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as a unit of classification, in fact, represents a rank and is commonly termed as a taxon. Taxonomic categories and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Insects represent a group of organisms sharing common features. Okay, they have some categories and they are sharing some common characters and they are grouped into the different ones. Now we can taxonomical studies of all non-organisms have led to the development of common categories such as kingdom, first category, the topmost kingdom, then the phylum or division, phylum for animals, division for plants, class, order, family, genus and species. Okay, all organisms including those in the plant and animal kingdoms have species as the lowest category. Okay, the basic requirement is the knowledge of characters of an individual or group of organisms. This helps in identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organisms as well as other kinds of organisms. Okay, we'll go for that the classification hierarchy in the from the first one, the basic ones, that is the species, the lowest one, it is the species. Taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with the fundamental similarities. Okay, that are the species. Species is the basic unit of classification. Okay, species is the basic unit of classification, and the definition is species are defined as a group of organisms which are morphologically similar and can interbreed among themselves. Morphologically means they have the external characters are similar. Morphology, external characters, morphologically similar and can interbreed among themselves. Morphologically similar and can interbreed among themselves. It is called species. Okay. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on the distinct morphological differences. Let us consider Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, potato, Panthera leo, that is the lion. All three names, indica, tuberosum and leo, represent the species name, while the first words Mangifera, Solanum and Panthera are genera, generic name, genus name, and represent another higher level of taxon or category. Each genus may have one or more than one specific name, species name, representing different organisms but have morphological similarities. For example, Panthera has another species name called tigris, and Solanum includes species like nigrum. Human beings belong to the species sapiens, which is grouped in the genus Homo. The scientific name thus for human beings is written as Homo sapiens. Okay, species, that is the basic unit of classification. Now, the second point, it is the genus. Genus comprises, it's a group of related species. Group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato and brinjal are two different species but both belong to the genus Solanum. Lion, leopard and tiger with several common features are all species of the genus Panthera. This genus differs from another genus Felix, which includes cats. See the differences between these all the genus names, but looking similar, but the characters are different. Then the next third point, it is family. Family has a group of related genus, genera, with still less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. A group of related genera with still less number of similarities compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of the plant species. Among plants, for example, three different genera, Solanum, Petunia and Datura, are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animals, for example, Panthera, the genus, comprising lion, tiger, leopard. Family same is put along with the genus Felis, that is the cat, in the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the features of a cat and a dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into two different families, Felidae, the cats, and the Canidae, they are the dogs family respectively. Okay, the next point is the order. That is, the categories like species, genus and families are based on a number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on the aggregate of characters. Order, being a higher category, is the assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. The similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family. Plant families like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymonaeales, mainly based on the floral characters. The animal order Carnivora includes families like Felidae and Canidae. Okay, the next group or the taxon or the taxonomic hierarchy is class. This category includes related orders. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon is placed in class Mammalia along with order Carnivora that includes animals like tiger, cat and dog. Class Mammalia has other orders also. Okay. Next category or the hierarchy or in the taxon is phylum. Classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds along with mammals constitute the next higher category called phylum. All these based on the common features like presence of a notochord and a dorsal hollow neural system are included in phylum Chordata. In case of plants, animals, it is phylum. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category is called division. Animals, phylum, plants, it is division. Okay, the topmost next category, the taxon, is a kingdom. All animals belong to various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom Animalia in the classification system of animals. In the kingdom Plantae, on the other hand, to distinct the comprises all plants from various divisions. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal and plant kingdoms. Okay. Now we will discuss about the ascending order of taxonomic categories or the hierarchy. From ascending order we will discuss. The first one, it is the species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division or the kingdom. Okay. Then the descending order, kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus and species. From higher to the lower. Ascending order from lower to the higher. Okay. The basic unit of classification is the species. Now we will discuss about the organisms with their taxonomic categories or the taxonomic hierarchy or the biological classification of man. Man, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primata, family Hominidae, genus Homo, species name Sapiens, biological name Homo sapiens. H should be capital letter, S small letter, underline separately Homo sapiens. Okay, second example, we'll take the house fly. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Diptera, family Musidae, genus Musa, species name Domestica, biological name Musa domestica. Okay, underline separately. Then next two examples, plants we will take. First one, mango. Kingdom Plantae, division Angiosperm, class Dicotyledonous, order Sapindales, family Anacardiaceae, genus Mangifera, species name Indica. The biological name Mangifera indica. Mango, the biological name Mangifera indica. Underline separately. M should be capital letter, remaining the following the small letters. Next, last example, wheat. Kingdom Plantae, division Angiosperm, class Monocotyledonae, order Poales, family Poaceae, genus Triticum, species Aestivum. Biological name Triticum aestivum. T capital letter, A small letter. Triticum underline separately, aestivum underline separately. Okay, these are the 4 examples. First one, man, Homo sapiens, housefly, Musa domestica, mango, Mangifera indica, and the last one, wheat, Triticum aestivum. Thank you.